Hello, 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 everyone. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody in here. Hey, the legendary number one. All right, it's PG time. You know it, girlfriend. You know it. And let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. I appreciate that, girl. Purple hearts for summer. Amen. And I grew baby. Number two, number two. Hello, PG. And baby, absolutely. Baby is here. Baby is here. Uh, Angel from Heaven, you are number three. Much love, prayers, Mama PG, and baby and family. Amen. I appreciate that. God bless. Much love to you. And number four, let me see. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The legendary. Absolutely. Remember to hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel and it helps the missing children. So please do. Yes. And number three is Angel from Heavens, number four. You're number four. All right. No, wait a minute. I think I messed up here. Give me a second, you guys. The legendary was one. Igu Baby was number two. Angel from Heaven's number three. Hold on, we ain't got number four yet. We ain't got number four. Ah, there it is, Australia. You are number four. All right, girl. PG, my girl. Love and much, much, much more love and prayers. Hey, girl. Much, much love to you. You know it. Good to see you guys in here. Sorry about that. Listen, you guys. I've been up for it feels like I've been up for years, but it's just only been I know it's only been a few days, but it's 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 motherhood, right? It's called motherhood. Summer. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Angel from Heaven. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Hey, Texas. How you doing, sweetie? Texas Blue 22 says PG. Much love. Much love to you, girl. I appreciate the purple hearts. The love for summer. All right. God bless. And Carrie, how you doing? Hey, hey, beautiful PG Moz chat. Good to see you all. Much love to you, girl. You know it. And let's get down through here. Deputy Sheriff, good to see you. Howdy, everybody. Howdy to you. And let's go. I'm trying to get to the bottom, you guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Australia. Absolutely. And subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe. It helps. It helps the channel. Hey, Brat, good to see you, girl. Let me see. Mama Homestead, how you doing? Good to see you. Darlene, good to see you, sweetie. I'm trying to get to the bottom. Sue, good to see you. PD, did you have the baby? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't want to say if, if it's a boy or girl for the baby's protection. The baby's protection, you guys. Out here, you got too many haters, right? You got too many haters out here, and I really need to keep my baby's identity private, right? That's crucial. That's crucial. I have to protect my baby more than myself, right? Hey, Italian Cookie, how you doing? How you doing? But the baby is right now sleeping. Miss Justice 1111, how you doing tonight, sweetie? Good to see you. God bless. Hey, Wendy. Jersey, I appreciate that. Congratulations on your bundle of joy blessings to you. Amen. AD, how you doing? Silly rabbit. That is so cute. How you doing, girl? Summer strong till she comes home. Amen. Amen. Leslie, love you, PG. Hey, girl, you know I love you too. I love all y'all. Absolutely. Hey, Parker, how you doing, hon? How you doing tonight? Good to see you. X's and O's. Is it true that Benny is the baby's daddy? Oh gosh. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Right. Benny had his own baby. Right here's the proof. Take a look. See that? Benny had his own kid. I know. I was right next to him. Right. They brought us both in at the same time. He had his own. He had his own baby. Right. Messed him up pretty good too. Actually, messed him up worse than it did me. Right. Benny had his own baby, as you can see, 9 months right there. I just wanted to bring the proof. Right. I just want to bring the proof with me. Here's what Benny's kid looks like. I took a picture of it. I took a picture of it. There it is. That's Benny. That's Benny's baby. That ain't my baby. That's Benny's baby. We were in the same room. Deliveries. Actually, he had his a couple seconds before I did. Right? And yes, his was a boy. He had a boy. Look there. Look, look just like him. He's going to take. He's going to take it home. He's going to take it home for his mother to raise because whoever the real mother is, she must have seen it and ran away. I don't know. There it is, Benny's baby. And he was trying, and he was on there, right? He was down there asking trying to get child support off of my baby too, right? He was trying to get child support off my baby too. He was double dipping. He was over there trying to double dip. There's Benny's baby. His baby came out walking, right? It came out walking. That's for sure. Oh Lord. But yeah, I seen that, you guys. Hey Carrie, how you doing? Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hey Bridget, how you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. I'm trying to get as many people I can as we go to the bottom here, you guys. There's Lori. 831. Sunflower May. How you guys all doing? Oh, there's Molly. How you doing, Molly? Good to see you in here, girlfriend. David. I that Jacob is hilarious. He sure knows where and when cough drops are needed. Oh my gosh. Oh, how you doing, Juju? Hello, new mama. Hey, Linda. Good to see you, sweetie. Oh, that is so sweet. Molly sending out the love. Molly sending the love out to all y'all. Mama PG didn't need to show proof of nothing. I heard that. I heard that. Congratulations, PG and Ronald. A baby is always a blessing, and you will continue to be the best mommy. I think my, I think the baby's real dad's going to be upset. He's going to be upset, Lisa, when he reads that. PG and Ronald. Hold on, I gotta screenshot that. I gotta screenshot that. I gotta show. I gotta show the real daddy. Hey, baby, I think you might need a DNA. Right? Somebody said Ronald was slipping through the back. Right? pull off to go to work and he was pulling in. Might want to check this one. Oh shit. That is super funny. Ronald's the daddy. No, Ronald's not the daddy. He's the that's gonna be his godchild. That's gonna be his godchild. Right. That is funny. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. Oh, you gonna let all the people hear you? Huh? Are you gonna let them hear you? Yeah, know you're real. Are you gonna let them hear you so they know you're real? Yeah. Go ahead. What do you want to say to them? What do you want to say to them? You want to snort? You just gonna snort on them? Yeah. You just gonna snort on them? You funny little guy. You funny. Yes, you is. You want yawn great big? You're cute as a button. Yes, you are. You're just cute as a button. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, y'all. Can you hear the baby? That was the baby. That was the baby. Yeah, I know. You guys gotta give me a second. I'm feeding him. Yeah. Tell me you're taking your bubble, huh? Yeah, you taking your bubble. I asked the doctor before we left the hospital. I said, is it because I can't, I ain't had a baby in a long time. But I asked him, I said, is it normal for him to, like have that little bit of a snort or whatever. And doctor's like, yeah, it's normal for, little ones to have that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember any of my other babies having that. Do you guys know? Is it normal for them to have that little bit of rattling or that little bit of, I don't know, something? Anybody tell me? Oh, you getting fussy? You getting fussy? Okay. Yeah, I know. I know. He's rough being little. Yeah, he's rough being little. You're so cute. You're definitely so cute. Hey, let's burp you. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes, that's a good boy. That's a good. Yeah, yeah. I guess it is PG. Just a little bit rattle. Yeah, you know, I was like ready to run, run back. Yeah. Okay. I guess I did, didn't I? She said, it's a boy. You just said it. Okay. Now they know what you are, don't they? They know what you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't matter what you are. They as long as they don't know where you are, right? Yeah. You are so beautiful. Yeah, you sure are. Absolutely. You're adorable. Yeah. Did you want to talk to him? Huh? You want to talk to him? You waving high? He's actually got his hand in the air waving high. It's true. Yeah. 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 There we go. You're wide awake, ain't you? Yeah. You're like wide awake. Yes. You going to do a live with me? Oh, you sneezered. Yeah, you sneezered. Yes, you did. You be sneezing and everything. Yeah. Oh. Usually he's all fussy and crying. And like now, he's not going to be fussy and crying. Right? You're going to be all good now, huh? You're going to be all good. Usually I change his diaper. He really fusses. Not tonight. He just he's just here in my arms with his little arms folded looking at me. You ain't gonna let him hear you? Huh? You gonna be good? Yeah. Yeah. You're so funny. Just give me a minute, you guys. He's taking the rest of his feeding. Yeah. Can you guys hear anything? He is like noisy eater. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that, but I had to feed him. I had to feed him and burp him and put him back down. So, got to put the baby first, right? Got to put the baby first. What's happening in here? uh, PG decided to come in while the baby was awake. Oh, okay. PG's dropping the bottle, right? I'm dropping the bottle, you guys. Absolutely. I'm going to put that baby first, no matter what. Amen, Lisa. Absolutely. She will be back momentarily. Right? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. Babies are so freaking cute. They are so cute, right? I mean, like, um, all the babies were beautiful. Um, when you go in to have a baby, um, you meet all, you meet a lot of the other moms and dads and everything in there, and I'm gonna tell you, they're every baby is just so beautiful. I mean, you know, for real. Even Benny's baby's beautiful. Look at that. Look how beautiful Benny's baby is. Right? Even even his baby is beautiful. I mean, that right there lets you know every baby's so beautiful. Right? Just saying. Oh, I appreciate that. Sworn free. I appreciate you being a member for 23 months. Congratulations, Fiji. Hey, girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate the congratulations, and I appreciate you being a member for 23 months. God bless. Oh, Rita. Rita R, new member. I appreciate that. God bless. And 12, you are a new member too. All right. Hey, wait, no, you give me. Whoa. Okay, I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to do two things at once here. Wow. All right. I appreciate that. She gave me a super chat. All right. God bless. Oh, and I got a super sticker, Lisa. I got a super chat and a super sticker tonight. Hey, girl, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. Absolutely. Oh, his video was hilarious. It was hilarious. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Sorry about that, you guys. Dreaming cow patty. Oh my God. You're kidding me. Yeah, everybody was wondering, what has PG been doing? This is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. Busy. Very, very, very busy, right? Like, for real. Yeah, ain't that the truth, Italian cookie? That is the truth. All right, I got the little one. I got the little one settled down. Hey, I'm going to tell you, Bridget. um, I hope so. I hope so. You're a good mama, PG. I hope so. Right? I definitely hope so. They say, oh, it's like riding a bicycle. Yeah, right. Right. No, it's like, um, I think riding a bicycle is way easier than, waiting this long, have another child. You wait this long, have another child, and um, trust me, I when you have like, I had my 4 kids, and actually actually my one was, not this far from the others, but I waited a little while because I had stair steps, right? I had 3 right in a row, and then I waited a little while before I had my 4th, but I waited quite a while to have this one. And um and I'm going to be honest, with the other 4, and you see, you know, my other 4 was getting older, and you see a mom with a new baby and everything, and you think, "Oh, it's so cute," and you envy it, you know what I'm saying? You think back when yours was that little, and how, oh, you wish they were still little, and all of this, and how soon did you forget, right? How soon did you forget, you know, that freaking 12 o'clock, that, you know, every couple hour feeding, um, you know, rocking them, changing them. I mean, they're carrying on. They're carrying on with when they're hungry and when they're wet, and when they want burped, and oh my goodness. Um, I guess what I'm trying to say is, now I'm not really envying, right? I'm not envious. I'm not envious. I'm tired. That's what I am. I'm tired. Right? I'm already wore out. I'm not exactly looking for a refund, but I'm I'm tired. That's the truth. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, exactly, Coupon Mama. It's like it's like they did away with everything that works, and they gave you a bunch of crap that doesn't, right? They gave you, like, a bunch of crap that don't. It's like unbelievable, unbelievable. Yeah, it is. It's a big adjustment, Dreamcatcher. It really is. It's a big adjustment. All right, super sticker. I appreciate that. 12. Absolutely. Appreciate that support for the channel. God bless. Lovely London. Good to see you. I know I didn't call your name tonight. Good to see you in here, sweetie. Absolutely, Molly. Absolutely. I appreciate it. I really do. I love being a mom. I really do. But I'm so used to running, like constantly running, and and you feel with the newborn like this, you feel so confined, right? You have to stay in when you feel, when you want to go out, and um you just feel confined. You have to, you can't go out there running around everywhere with the baby, a newborn baby. So you're confined. You feel like you're confined to the premises, and it can get overwhelming. And I'm like one of those I'm like one of those helicopter, right? I don't want anyone else watching it or looking over it or being with my baby. And I'm gonna have so many people be like, "Oh, she's calling it. She's calling her baby it." Right? Well, let me tell you, it is a boy, and his name is blank it blank. I made sure, so just call it it, right? People and their word salad just makes me like cray cray, right? Makes me cray cray. All these people with their word salad. Oh wow, I appreciate that, Italian cookie. Donate to diapers. Welcome to your new world. Welcome to your new world. Absolutely. Hey, I appreciate that, girl. I appreciate it. And I will make sure. I will make sure I get him diapers and let him know they're from Italian Cookie. I'll put it in the baby book. Italian Cookie bought the little one diapers, right? Absolutely. On the 18th, 2026. But I have to let him know. I have to let him know these people out here love you. And these are all the people that was helping to put diapers on your little backside. Right? I got raising to be grateful and thankful. Absolutely. And I appreciate it. You don't know how much, girl. God bless. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. Uh my little one is beautiful. Like absolute. It might just be in the eyes of, of the mother. But I'm going to tell you, in my eyes, oh, he is beautiful. Absolutely adorable. Adorable. Yeah. He looks like me. Right? He, he looks like me. I'm sure I'm sure that I'm sure his real daddy's gonna have a few things to be upset about tonight, you guys. Right? First Ronald first Ronald gets called the baby's daddy. Now I'm talking about how it looks like me because it's so adorable. Right? He's gonna be like, what the helly? Oh crap. He weighed 6 pounds, 6 pounds and a few ounces. Yeah. I don't want to say exact weight, but he weighed 6 pounds and a few ounces. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I need naming boss baby, right? That's right, Ronald. Call him boss baby. Absolutely. Yeah, coupon mama, you would have won. You are right. You are right there in the vicinity. Right? You'd have won that bet. Mhm. Oh wow. I appreciate that, Australia. Foot tour diaper fun. Love Auntie Phoebe. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Girl, your name going in the baby book too. Your name will be in that baby book. Absolutely. Auntie Phoebe is going to be in there. Amen. I'm going to definitely have your all's names right there. Right? Italian Cookie, Auntie Phoebe. This baby's going to know how much it is loved. Absolutely. And it gets older. I'll have it on here talking to y'all. It'll be here. It'll be here letting you know how much it appreciated your kindness today. Absolutely. Hey, right, Rita? That is the truth. You need some steel toe boots. Yeah, just like PGs, right? There was somebody in here um a little bit earlier talking some smack, but I decided to let it roll because I wasn't Star Wolf. Star Wolf says, "Does anyone know when she had this baby?" Just asking since he has been on YouTube. So how can she do both? No disrespect, but sure don't sound. I haven't been on here since I went into labor, and I was on here all the way up until I went into labor. Matter of fact, I was in here um when I was having false labor and everything else. Matter of fact, I was in here, and when I got off the live, I went to the ER, right? And oh no, it's false labor. And I came back home, so, and I was at Ronald's. I was having dealing with some issues, which I had to go to a ER in his area just to make sure that I wasn't in going to have the child there. Um, so just because I'm here doesn't mean that I'm not living real life behind the scenes, right? I don't come out here and I don't, like last Christmas when I lost my baby. I didn't come out here, spreading all of that out here in the public. I didn't come out here doing that. What you guys don't, understand, Star Wolf, is, you know, PG wants to come out here and make your day better, not, not use everybody for, you know, my psychologist or whatever and tell you about all my problems. Like Ziggy does. You know how Ziggy tells you all of her problems and gives you that um sad song story, and then the next thing you're being sucked right into it. I don't do that. I don't do that. What I do is I handle my business behind the scenes. And when I come out here, I try to make Summer's Army's life better. Not my own, but their lives better. I'm out here for Summer and for Summer's Army. I'm not out here like Ziggy to, to dump all of my issues and have everybody, a big pity party. Debbie Downer, right? So you know nothing about me. And if you don't think that sounds like a baby, I don't know what's wrong with you. But I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to have this baby here for a long, long time. Like at least 18 to 21 years. And I'm sure you're going to get to hear it quite often, okay? So if it don't sound like something to you now, then open your freaking ears and listen in the future to see what the hell it sounds like. Okay? That's what I got to say to you. I don't have to prove to you that I have a baby. I wouldn't even have told anyone that I was having a baby if I wasn't the type of mom that needs my baby right here with me. If I was the type of mom that, could put it off in another room with the uncle or, or with the dad or with one of my kids to take care of for a couple hours while I'm doing this. Yeah, you know, absolutely. Hey, Australia, I'm bringing you up. But
Hello,
yeah,
hello, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm doing good, girl. I'm doing good.
How how are you feeling after it all?
Hey, girl. I tell you what, I'm not gonna lie, the first couple of days I was feeling like shit. I was feeling like shit. I'm not gonna lie at all. I mean, it was rough. It was rough, right? And coming home and going through, it wasn't easy. It was the first few days was not, the easiest. But, you know, eh, it's
Yeah,
getting better. It's getting better.
once
I mean, like yesterday I was, able to, you know, um, yesterday I think is the first time I really started looking at, um, the Facebook and, and actually, um, liking, putting likes. I know, I missed a few days
well, that's okay.
and
You just had a
right.
baby.
And I, I wanted to catch up. I wanted to try to catch up. I
Mm.
didn't get to catch up everything I know, but I was trying to catch up with some of the birthdays that, I missed because I always try to tell everybody happy birthday, who is, on Summers and the other missing children's Facebook that we run. I always want to try to tell you happy birthday. Make your day better, because I know sometimes, nobody does, and it can make you down in the dumps. So I always try to let everybody wish everyone a happy birthday when it's their birthday. And if I
I'm
miss
gonna
yours, I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna call I'm gonna call Bubby Joshua.
What did you say?
I'm gonna call him Bubby Joshua.
Bubby Joshua.
Yeah.
uh, I, you know,
Or
um,
Bubba. In chat, so someone's got a name so we can call the baby Bubba. Just call the baby Bubba, everyone.
name call the baby Bubba. No,
Yeah.
no, I hate the word Bubba. I hate that word Bubba.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I do. I hate it. I hate the Bubba. You know, I think, I don't even know.
Bubby?
I don't even know, what to call him yet, but out here, I know what I
Oh,
call
we could call him Joshua or David or.
it. Right now, we should call it little PG.
All right,
Right,
little
right
PG.
now. Let's find a cute name, a little cute name for him, a little cute
Baby
little,
PG.
you know. Um, I haven't thought of one yet. Maybe that's something we could do. Maybe everybody can write a cute name that we could call him, and we'll pick one. We'll pick one.
All
I'm
right.
open minded. I'm open minded.
That sounds like a plan. I've
Yeah.
got this. I've got this super flu.
But anyway, you know, Wolfstar decided to come in, and does anyone know when she had the baby? Just seems, I was off of here, and I'm going to tell you something. Um, with I didn't bounce back. I didn't bounce back quite as quick as I did with my other kids. Like, believe it or not, when I had my other kids, uh, at the hospital, I actually, as soon as I had them, I went back to the room, took a shower, would get dressed, and immediately, you know, want to leave. I wanted to leave the hospital. Um, even if my baby needed to stay, I wanted to leave. Um, you know, if they was going to keep it, like, um, till the next day or whatever, I would want to leave. Matter of fact, I have actually got up, went home, and cleaned house and everything, and put stuff together that I hadn't had a chance to, like maybe a changing table or something, put it together, and before I went to pick up my baby the next day. So, you know, I'm not you know, one of those um people who help me to the bathroom, help me back to the bed. I
Yep.
wasn't like that. I was,
Yep.
if
I had spinal morphine with Maddie, so I was couldn't feel my legs from the waist down. Couldn't feel anything. I had to wait till it
no,
wore off. But I got up. I got up straight away, and I took her down to the nursery, and I sat there and breastfed her quietly away from my family.
right?
And then then I walked back to my bed because my bed was surrounded with people.
Oh, wow.
It was, I had my brother, my son, my mum, my grandmother, everyone was there.
Right?
And they all kept waking her up. So the only bit of peace I would get would be to go down to the nursery and feed her. And I spent a lot of time down there breastfeeding
Right.
because it was something I had to do, and I can't do that in public. I had to be private to do that.
Yeah,
I can't just flop them out in front of anyone and feed.
I'm going to tell you something.
Feel like a cow when you're a mum.
I was with this one, with this baby. I'm going to tell you something. I was like, um, yeah, help me to the restroom. Right? Hey, you need to help me in there. You know, make sure you don't leave while I'm taking my shower. Right? And and yeah, it was a
Did
little
you
bit
have a
different.
normal birth, PG?
Absolutely. And I had to,
Oh,
yeah,
ouch.
it was normal. And and I was like, I'm gonna spend the night, right? Where's the menu? Right? Where's the menu for the next day? Because I'm gonna be here, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I was in no
some,
hurry, girl. I was in no hurry this time. I'm like, shit. I'm getting too old for this, right?
yeah, there's never been in a hurry to leave hospital.
I'm gonna tell you something. And the next day, I was so glad to get out of there. I was so glad to get out of there because all you want to do, after you have a baby, the only thing you want to do is sleep. And there's
I
no way
want to
you could.
take those baby beds home. I think they're marvelous.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, girl, you
The
can't sleep.
plastic, the plastic tub that they sleep in with the little mattress. You can put the baby on a slant. You can put it flat. You can take the mattress out. You can give the baby a bath in it. They're wonderful.
I don't
You
know.
know the baby beds they give you to put your baby in while you're in hospital.
They must have a different bed in your hospital.
It's like a plastic see-through crib with a little
Uh,
match with a thin mattress in the bottom of it.
it's a little bed that you're able to see, but
Yeah,
there
it's
was.
it's clear.
I didn't see it turning into no bathtub or anything.
They didn't bath it in it. They used to bath them in it in the ones over here.
If it turned into a bathtub, they didn't show me. They didn't
Oh,
show me that. Matter of fact, at one point they had me confused because I thought I was supposed to bring. They was mentioning. They was mentioning a bassinet, and I was like, I knew I was supposed to bring a car seat, and I was sitting there like, I supposed to bring a bassinet. And the lady, and this is during delivery. This is during delivery. I'm hearing this stuff, and I'm like, "What? We supposed to bring a bassinet?" And then, like, a bunch of people started hollering, "No, no, you're not," And then they're all laughing, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh," What's funny about me getting freaked out thinking I supposed to bring the baby bed too, right? I'm like, I'm not freaking getting this joke.
I was texting Maddie when the baby was making all the noises and told her that the baby's adorable.
But
So she sends her love to you, PG. Maddie does.
oh, tell her
And
I don't I
congratulations
know that.
from Maddie. Maddie brought home the super flu and gave it to me Jono. So it's been going circulating the family, and I'm sick as a dog today.
Yeah, now you got me wondering. They didn't, but I wasn't there that long. I mean, when I delivered my baby,
But what did the baby sleep in?
and I got up the very next morning and um I couldn't sleep because they put the baby in with you now. You keep your baby with you.
Yeah, but
Your
by your
baby
side.
doesn't go
But
your baby
but
doesn't go to a nursery or anything. It stays
no,
right
I
there with
know
you.
that. But what did it sleep in?
It slept in one of those little beds, the little beds. It was like a see-through bed with a cabinet underneath it that
Yeah,
held
that's that's
diapers and
that's
and
that's
all
what
this
I'm
stuff.
talking about.
But they didn't tell me
It's
it turned into a bathtub. Well, I didn't
yeah.
be there that
If you
long, but
if you take the if you take the baby out of it and you take the mattress out and the blankets, you can fill it up with water and give the baby a bath. Then you tip the
oh,
water out and dry it.
yeah, they could. I couldn't do that because that must be for a bigger baby. Because um, anytime your baby's got the umbilical cord still on it, you cannot bath it. Only thing you can do is sponge bath it. You have to lay it on some towels, or you have to lay it on a sponge. One
Oh,
of those a
Jono
baby
went
bath
for a
sponge.
swim.
You got to put them on a baby bath sponge, and you have to make like a good warm bowl of water, and you can only sponge bath them because you can't get you can get the umbilical cord wet. You got to keep that dry all the time until it comes off. There's no way you can bath a baby with the umbilical cord on it.
Oh, that must be different over here
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, and like his umbilical cords, he still has the umbilical cord on there. So I have to be real careful and, not so I have to sponge bath him. You gotta wash, his little head, and then you gotta wash his lower
Oh,
body, and then,
oh.
his lower body and area. You cannot get that that area wet. You got to keep it clean and keep it dry.
It sounds adorable.
You could just just slightly, um,
What coloured hair?
wipe around it just to, keep it clean and dry. But
What coloured hair's Bubba got?
Bubba's gonna have, he's gonna have lighter hair. He's gonna have lighter hair, like his mama.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. That's probably why I didn't know it turned into a bathtub. Right? I was
That's
sitting there
cute.
wondering, huh, they didn't tell
Yeah,
me.
no, Jono had a bath and was swimming on his back with me
What?
holding him, but he was kicking his little legs in the bath at 3 days old.
What?
Yep.
They didn't tell you that
No,
they
I
didn't
had
tell
to
you
help.
you couldn't get the umbilical cord wet?
No, as long as we kept it clean and
Oh, wow.
dry. It was instead of using in those days, back in my mum's day, they used to use metho to keep it dry and clean.
I have 5 now. I have 5 children. I've got 5 children now.
Boy, oh
Just
boy.
make 5.
You having any more?
Absolutely not. Oh, no. I mean, you know, right now I'm sitting on my very, very comfortable cushion,
How's your daughter?
the most comfortable cushion that I could get out there and find. But,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, the way my backside feels right now, hell no.
Is
No. No more. Absolutely no more. That's
is
you
your
know,
daughter helping PG?
that's what I should have named. That's what I should have named him. No more. Right? That's what I should have named the kid.
Is your daughter helping out?
I'm gonna tell you what, my daughter's running. my daughter is running. She don't like to hear the crying. She she don't, you know, and she's intimidated. She's intimidated by the baby. Matter of fact, my both sons are intimidated by the baby. Um, my baby's own daddy is intimidated by the baby, right? He acts like they all act like, that they're gonna break it. They hold it like a piece of china, and and they want to give it back, like give it back right now. Um, you know, okay, okay, and they want to, hand it back because they're it intimidates them. And I understand that. I understand that because I remember, like, when I had my first child, and I was scared too. I was afraid. I can remember being scared that, oh my goodness, I didn't know what I was doing. And so I understand people being, intimidated by a little tiny baby like that. Absolutely.
How cute.
Yeah,
Anyway,
keep
anyway,
going.
PG, I'm going to get down. It's been lovely talking to you again. Congratulations again, and we love you.
Somebody said the cord. Surely you don't mean umbilical cord, lovely
Yep,
PG. The cord is detached upon birth. No, they clip it.
they
They
clamp it.
they they clip the cord, and the cord is still attached to the baby,
Yeah,
and you
they
can't.
clamp it with some kind of a peg,
Right. And
and
it
it
can't
falls
get
off.
right, and it can't get wet. It cannot
Yeah,
get wet. You have to wait and let it fall off on its own. And you cannot be getting it wet. You know.
there are some religions that eat the placenta, not the placenta.
That's
Is
not.
it the what do they call the afterbirth?
Oh my God. The placenta?
Yeah, have you ever heard of that?
Oh, hell no.
There are some countries that eat the placenta after
Oh,
a baby's delivered.
that is disgusting. That is absolute. Oh my gosh. That's
Hello,
kind of like,
DeeDee. Hello.
hey girl, how you doing, Maddie? I can hear you in the background.
Yeah, good. How are you? Congratulations.
I'm doing good. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
You been up all night with the baby?
Oh, girl, let me tell you something. PG is tired.
Exhausted.
I am
Yeah.
tired. Matter of fact, I was actually able. I wouldn't have been in tonight. I wouldn't have came in tonight, but I was actually able to get a couple hours sleep
Oh, that's
earlier
good.
today. Earlier today, and
Yeah,
I was
nice.
feeling a little better, and decided, to open a live up because so many people was wondering about the
Tell
baby,
tell PG you
and
fell off the top bunk as a baby. Oh yeah, that's good. I fell off the top bunk when I was a baby. I took all my nappies off and threw them in the nappy bag. I
yeah, there you
was
go.
naughty.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so
tell you,
you guys.
I don't know how naughty he's gonna be yet. Right now.
Anyway, sweetie, I've got to go. I've got a phone call coming through.
All right, girl. God
All right,
bless. Much
all right,
love.
PG. God bless.
Hey, I'll call you. I'll call you later,
All right,
Australia.
okay.
I
Love
appreciate you
you.
coming up and spending time with me.
That's okay. My pleasure. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, on lovely London, we was talking about not being able to get. She said that the bed turns into a bathtub, and they didn't. I don't know if it did or not. To be honest with you, I don't even know um, if it did or it didn't. All I know is, the baby was in the room with me the whole time. Um, all the stuff I needed was right there, underneath on the bed, diapers, um, wet wipes, all the stuff. And and they, and the nurse helped me pack it all up for some reason. They give you all of that stuff that's that's there. They put it all. They threw some of it away. I don't know what they threw away, but they threw something away. Then they packed up everything, um, all the other stuff, and gave it to us, and let us bring it home. And you take care of your own baby while you're in there. You take care of your own child. Nobody takes care of your baby. You take care of it. And I was really tired. I was like super tired, through the whole ordeal. So I wasn't, you know, the only thing I was paying attention to is, does my baby got, 5 fingers on each hand and 5 toes on each foot? And, I was busy just making sure the child, came out okay, and, a normal baby. And, you know, and trying to take care of yourself during all of, you know, all the rest of what's going on, um, is a real damn chore. It's a real chore. All I was thinking about is getting out of there, especially when you feed the baby and, change it and feed it and take care of it and put it finally, it's sleeping, and you're tired, you want to sleep. And I know here they come in, to check temperatures, and they come in to check this, and they come in to check that. And it's like, oh my God, I got to go home. So my biggest thing, I wasn't looking into to everything they had. I was looking into getting the hell out of there. Was, give me enough strength to get out of here. That's all I wanted. Right? That's the truth. Anyway, I did want to come in, and I don't want to, I don't want to sit on this cushion. I don't want to sit on this cushion too long. But what I did want to come in and I did want to talk about was, oh, you can't get no rest second to none. You could not get any rest. I mean, I wanted to talk about the baby, but as well. And you guys heard the baby. You heard the baby um crying, and I believe it's, to me it's snorting. Um but they said that, that's normal. That's what they told me. It's normal, for the baby, uh, to be like that when it first, after a newborn, to have, like that little bit of congested sound or something. Um, I didn't remember my first kids having that. They could have, and I just didn't pay attention. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it's normal or not, but I do know, that he has an appointment, um, a follow-up appointment with this doctor. And I'm going to I'm going to ask more questions, about that, because it does concern me. It does concern me. I don't, I don't know. The hospital said it's normal, but I don't know if it is or not. So, you know, and that's the only thing's concerning me, is, that sound. And it's like I don't remember my other kids making that sound. They could have. Like I said, it could be perfectly normal. I could be overreacting, but tomorrow's a holiday, and I can't get in until after the holiday with the pediatrician. So, you know, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to absolutely be there and asking, you know, what's going on. Oh, Jenna says my new grandbaby does that. Okay. So it is normal. I'm gonna tell you, that is keeping me awake at night. That, because I'm like just sitting there staring, you know, watching, I'm thinking, you know, we just need to get this holiday over with. Um and I need to get my baby to the pediatrician. I need to make sure that there ain't nothing wrong with it. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the doctor said it's normal. Yeah, exactly, Jenna. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's scary. It's scary. That is true. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Liberty. Absolutely. But, I think you're right. But, man, I want to tell you, I sure am praying. I sure am praying it's normal. That's what I'm praying. It is normal. But anyway, I wanted to talk about DeeDee because I seen White Boy. I told you guys there was no autopsy done. I told you absolutely not. There was no autopsy, and there wasn't. There wasn't, right? Absolutely not. The only thing is the hospital report, right? There's just the hospital report with the doctor who, going off of his own, you know, off of his own standpoint of what happened, and he couldn't explain it. And an autopsy should have been done, but I told you that, her husband her husband passed on the autopsy. He had to have passed because they would have done one. They would have done one, and he had to say no. They asked him, do you want us to do an autopsy? And I think he said no. He had to said no because, they would have took it further if he would have wanted them to. You can ask or decline an autopsy if you have that right. What I'm saying is, like, your husband can say no autopsy. Your husband has all say whether if they pull the plug or they don't do an autopsy, um, or your wife. If you're married, the other spouse has all control over your medical, over everything. If you're not able to, speak or speak for yourself, they have, that's the bad thing. That's a bad thing, you know. Um unless you've got some type of living will or something, put into place, that takes the control away from your husband into someone else's hands. um then your husband's going to have all say, right? They're going to have all say over you. And absolutely, that's something to think about. When people don't understand, when you say I do, it's a very big deal. It's a lot easier to get married than it is divorced. It's a lot easier to go into a marriage not prepared and not thinking, because when you say I do, you're giving that other person all control, all control, over your life. If you can't make decisions, then they're going to be making decisions for you. So, before you say I do, you might want to think about prenuptial agreements. A lot of people say, oh, you don't really love a person if you're going to have a prenup. If you have to have all this stuff between you, then why are you getting married to them? Well, if you truly love someone, you don't care. You want what they want. If you really care about somebody and they feel more comfortable having a prenuptial agreement because people really don't know one another. You don't know what the future holds. Nobody does. And if they feel comfortable protecting what they're bringing into the marriage, then if you're not out just to get what they have, why would you not sign it? Why would you care if they want to give, if they want to turn power of attorney over to someone else on their behalf, right? Why would you care if they would rather have someone else say, have say what happens to them if they're not able to say it for themselves? Why do you care? If you're really marrying them because you love them, then you shouldn't care about that. And that's what I think. That's how I think. I've got a lot of paperwork. In place because I'm not going to, go into a marriage blinded. I'm smart enough to know that marriages end in divorces, right? A lot of times they end in divorce. And I like to keep what I came into the marriage with. I would like other people to have control if something happened to where I can't speak for myself. I like to, give that control to someone that I know is going to make the best decisions for me. And just that's just the way it is. So yeah, I have all that paperwork um in a safe place, and absolutely, you know you just you got to be careful. I mean, DeeDee, I'm sure DeeDee thought she could trust her husband just like she thought she could trust her friends, right? Like she thought she was a trusting person, little trusting soul. You know, DeeDee didn't ever have, she didn't ever DeeDee had never met the real world. She didn't know the evils of this world. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know how to keep their hand over their drink, right? They open themselves up to evilness. Um and wish, you once someone does something to you, it's too late to wish you done something different, right? It's too late. It's like once you open the door, it's too late to wish that you wouldn't have opened it. That's what I'm saying. If something's on the other side of that door that you shouldn't have let in, you know, that's why you think before you open the door. That's what I'm saying. You know, sometimes you really need to just keep the door shut. Don't trust people on the other side of that door, right? And DeeDee was a very trusting person. She was a person that she just came and, opened it up and hello, how are you? And it's too late. It's too late, right? Um, that you can't be that way in today's world. You can't be that way in today's world. When you hear, you don't open the door, you open up your camera system, right? And you say, hello, what can I do for you? Right? What can I do for you? What do you need? You don't open your door. Once the door is open, if the wrong person's there, it's too late. It's too late. I mean, very few people open the door, you know, protect it. Very few people open a door, you know, protect it. And, and even if you are protected, even if, say you are, you got something to protect yourself when you open that door. It doesn't, it doesn't keep a scuffle from happening, right? You could still get yourself hurt. You could still get yourself hurt in the process of, everything if the wrong person's up there. And DeeDee was a very trusting person, but I have seen people who was married. I've seen people who's been married to somebody, they're like, "Oh, I've been married to so and so for, 20 years." Yeah. And you didn't even know so and so. You've been married to so and so 20 years, and you found out that he'd been seeing somebody for the last 10, or you've been married to so and so for 20 years, and you just found out that he was possibly like Dom Wells, right? Doing things that shouldn't be done. You've been with somebody 20 years, and you don't know what you're with. You really don't know what the hell you're with. You know, that's the truth. And no matter how many years you've been with them, there is people that's got skeletons in the closet that you know nothing about. What I'm saying is, when you marry someone, they got a past. They got a past, and you don't know that past. You don't know nothing about that past except what they want you to know. And and you may find out a lot of things, that you didn't know. And there's a whole lot of things you may not ever find out, right? About a person that you're with. It just is what it is. But DeeDee, she was too trusting. She was a really good person. She was a really good person, but she was too trusting. There you go. My parents were married 31 years, and half the time my dad lived a double life. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, don't get me wrong. I love, you know, my husband. If I didn't love him, I wouldn't have married him. Right? Do I know him? Oh, I think I do. I think I do. But you know what? At the end of the day, I know I don't. I know that he's got history I know nothing about. Right? I know there's probably a lot of things about him that, that I'll find out in the future that, kind of probably shock me, right? It might shock me. Um, you know, things he likes, maybe he don't like, maybe habits he has that I had no idea of, and one of those things could be something that, something that I would divorce him, right? I would divorce him over. And had I knew it, I wouldn't have ever married him. I don't know. I hope there's nothing like that. But I don't know. And the point being is, I'm not going to take that risk. Why? Because I don't have to. I don't have to. I can protect myself before I go into something like that. I can protect myself when it comes time. If I need to get out of this marriage, I'm protected. I don't have to worry about losing a damn thing, right? Um, and if something happens, I don't have to worry about him making no decisions on my behalf. You know, maybe he saw a secretary at the office and decided, hey, I might be able to be with that. Let me pull a plug. Let me pull a plug. Hell no. He ain't going to have the choice in pulling a plug for a secretary at work, right? Because he don't get to make that decision. That's what I'm saying. We have to make our decisions for ourselves. Don't leave stuff in the other person's hands. You know, I mean, would I pull a plug on him? No, I wouldn't do that. Absolutely not. Why? Because I believe the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the Lord. I don't believe in doing that. Right? No matter what happens, I don't believe in doing that. And not only that, but when you love a person, you want to keep them as long as you can. You want to do everything you can to keep them with you. You know, you're not thinking about doing some evil stuff like that. You know, but that's me. And he might not think like me. Just because I think that way don't mean he thinks that way. And that's where people make their mistakes. Humans think because they think this way, that's the way, you know, that's the way the person they love thinks. I'm going to tell you what. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Everybody don't think that's where we make our biggest mistakes is thinking that everyone's like us, and they're not. Everyone is not like us, and there is evil people out there. Evil people, and you don't know who they are because, you know, because they're even better. They're even better at, you know, being nice and being kind and sucking you in than a genuine person is, to be honest with you. So you don't know. So you don't know, you know, until it's too late. You don't know. Absolutely. Cloud dancer. You don't trust completely. And you know you're smart. You're highly intelligent. You know, I've seen a lot of things, you know, I wish I wouldn't have, but I've seen too much in my life, you know. I've seen too much too young. Um, I've lived one hell of a life, you guys. And you know, I've been around a lot of evil my whole life. You know, I tell people I was born in hell and drugged through it, you know, from birth. And it's true. And I've seen, you know, I've seen how this evil is. And it's not good. You'll get caught up in it and it'll destroy you if you don't, you know, if you're not able to be strong enough to stand for yourself. You got to learn to stand for you, to speak for yourself, to do for yourself, to make your own decisions and make the right ones. It's very important. If you want to make it in this life today, with the way people are in this world today, you better, you better do whatever is necessary to protect yourself. You know, stand up for yourself. Don't let people treat you, you know, disrespectfully. Don't let people, you know, lie to you about other people and set you up to be the fall person. And I think that's what happened to DeeDee, to be perfectly honest with you. I seriously think that is what happened to DeeDee. Um, you know, that's just my opinion, you know. Donald says he's going to get the boys back, but I don't understand how he's going to do that if he's already signed his rights over. Donald Wells, right? right, Molly? Don Wells ain't ever getting those boys back. He's not ever, ever going to get those boys back. Him nor Candus, or they didn't even bother to clean their habits up. They knew there was no use in cleaning their habits up. Don and Candus knew that them boys had squealed about the SA, about all the SA going on, and that their asses were going to get prosecuted if they didn't sign them over. Right? And I think that's why all their fucking rights was taken away. All their phone privileges, everything was taken away. Was because, because they were getting prosecuted for SA. That's just my opinion. Where Don and Candus is concerned. I think there's a whole lot of, creepy, weird stuff going on up there on that property. But as you see right here, sudden cardiac arrest, and I was looking into this. Stuff, and basically, remote and most recent, that is talking about, something happening to a healthy heart. Line B basically is saying the heart was healthy. This shouldn't have happened. That's what line B is saying. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that. I researched it. I looked into it. And that's pretty much what that means on line B. The heart was healthy. No explanation for why, this sudden thing went on. Unknown. See, unknown. I 9/3/2025. It was just no reason. There was no reason, right? No reason for it. I divorced him September the 9th. He's gone. Yeah, Lori. And the sad thing is, I don't know why you divorced him, but the sad thing is when women divorce a bad man, it's not long before they seem to, become another woman's problem, right? Another woman's problem. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, that's why Candus kept it quiet, right? That's why Candus didn't let nobody know that DeeDee had passed away until she was cremated. It's because Candus knew that people would call the hospital. They would, tell Candus's story, tell about, about Summer, and tell all the stuff, and tell about, all these suspicious deaths around the case. And law enforcement would step in and demand an autopsy. And Fred and Candus didn't want that. Fred and Candus did not want law enforcement, demanding an autopsy on this woman's body. And I knew I knew the reason they waited and didn't tell no one. And I told you guys, I said the reason they waited and didn't tell no one is because they didn't want no one being notified, no trouble until she's already cremated and gone. You know, they didn't care after that. They didn't care. Once she's cremated, they didn't care about, anybody stirring the shit pot. They didn't care. But they couldn't take the risk of anyone stirring that shit pot before she got cremated. I told you guys. And Candus was out there. This lady passed away on the 3rd, which was a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday. And that same weekend, Candus is eating the damn lasagna that DeeDee made, right? DeeDee had made lasagna, probably freeze some of it or had it in the refrigerator. And Candus is heating it up, eating her lasagna while she's selling all of this woman's stuff in the mother freaking front yard of this woman's house, right? She's out there selling all this woman's stuff. This lady ain't even cold. She's not even cold. And Candus is out there having a big yard sale, selling all of her stuff, eating her lasagna, and then puts the video out, right? I'm living with her husband, I'm eating her food, and I'm selling all of her stuff. And we don't even know what Candus said to this woman before she passed away, right? We don't know what she said. I mean, we've heard Candus talk, right? We've heard her talk. We know she can be very ugly. She can be very ugly. Very, very ugly. And DeeDee had told people just a couple weeks before she passed away that Candus was getting ugly. That Candus, was acting like, was, being really shitty, right? Being really shitty. Matter of fact, DeeDee kind of was hoping, Candus would just go away, not even come around no more. And didn't want to be a problem with her. But, who knows what she said to this woman as this woman was dying, right? Candus might have been like, B-Notch, I'm going to be laying around here, driving your car, selling your shit, sleeping with your man. You don't know what she said to this lady. None of us won't ever know, will we? We have no idea what this woman had to endure out of the mouth of that bitch that got her no help when she needed it. Right? We don't know. We have no idea. And then, what I find suspicious is even after that Fred guy gets home, they still wait. They still wait to call 911. They still waited to call 911. What the hell was going on there? Yeah, only God knows. Only God knows what was going on there. That's true. Oh, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, lovely London? You got that right, girlfriend. You got that right. Absolutely. And you know what I find really weird, really suspicious is right here. Look at this. It's got at Don Wells right there. Look at this. Don Wells has DeeDee at Don Wells. Look at that. And some weird shit like that, the same weird shit happened when that other creator passed away, right? When what was her name? Nana's Angel. I believe it was Nana's Angels. When she passed away, some weird stuff like this happened. Right before she passed away, she was saying, she was talking about some weird shit like that happening to her. Only it was with DeeDee. It was with DeeDee, right? You guys remember that? Put a one in the chat if you remember that weird shit with Nana's Angels and DeeDee. Somehow her name got crossed with DeeDee or something. Some weird stuff happened. I got the video of it. Yeah. And guess who led DeeDee to Candus? Oh, DeeDee did. Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you agree. DeeDee made friends. DeeDee was the one that started kissing the backside of Dawn and Candace Wells, right? Yeah, she was all smooching, all smooching, right? Oh, come on over here, Can. Let me smoochy. Your backside. Come on over here, y'all. Cause I'm good. You're gonna see me smooching with Can. Because DeeDee can do that. Right? Yeah, exactly. She was over there smooching that backside, and then she had those dirty feet. She had them dirty, crusty toes all up in her swimming pool, right? Doing the motorboat, right? Brrr, motorboat all inside of her water at her house, right? Matter of fact, they sold that place. I wonder if the people who bought it knew that Candace's crusty toes were all motorboating up in that swimming pool before before it got sold to them. I just got to wonder about that. But yeah, that's what happens. I was there. I was there when it happened, right? I was freaking right there. We were all there when it happened. We all seen Crusty Toad, Can, motorboating those dirty feet in that swimming pool. Absolutely. And DeeDee all kissy up to it, right? Come on over here, Can. Let me smoochy, kissy up to you. Cause I'm just from the South, and we just love to bring crusty feet people like you over and let you knock the dirt off in our swimming pool. Yeah, what the fuck ever. Let me tell you something. Yeah, she's the one that got worried. She had Can all over her, Can hanging all over her. And you know what? And then she saw old Donnie boy behind Can because Donnie wanted to come to Christmas dinner too, right? Can came to Christmas dinner the first year, and then Donnie wanted to come to New Year's and Christmas dinner the following year. And DeeDee's like, oh hell no, I don't want these two weirdos up in my house, right? Having Candace around was enough, but I don't want Dawn over here hanging around too. And she kind of pushed Can off onto DeeDee, didn't she? Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. She pushed old Can, which she didn't want around her any longer, off on old DeeDee. And yeah, Can started taking advantage of DeeDee. You got DeeDee saying, oh, that DeeDee's got money. She gave me this and she gave me that. And yeah, she got Can right on DeeDee. And look what happened to DeeDee. Candus has her audacity to call this woman up in a hospital and say, you need to send your husband to pick me up right now. I just said, bitch, I ain't sending my husband to pick anything up nowhere. I'm in a hospital and my husband's going to be with me, not fucking with you. You got a fucking husband. You need to tell your fucking husband to start treating you right, or your ass needs to get a divorce and get the hell out of there and go get help, because there's a lot of people that help women like you. You need to go to a freaking battered woman's center and tell them about how, you're tragically being abused by this man, and have them help your ass. Because right now I need help, and you have your audacity to call me up and tell me where I need to send my husband when I fucking need him most. I don't think so. But DeeDee didn't say that. DeeDee didn't say that. You know what she did? She signed herself out of that hospital and went to pick up Can with her husband. Now, do you find something suspicious about that? Do you find something suspicious that Candus would call right when DeeDee's in the hospital, getting ready to figure out why the hell she's not feeling good after Can's been at her house, and they just dropped Can's ass off? They barely just dropped this bitch off back at 110 Ben Hill. And she goes, and DeeDee's not feeling well. She goes to the hospital, and here you have Can calling her, saying, I need picked up right now again. So she signs herself out to go pick up Can. Do you think maybe that was a setup? Do you think maybe, that Can and Fred didn't want DeeDee going through the test to find out possibly what the hell was making her sick? You need to call and get us out of here before she figures out why she's feeling the way she's feeling. That's what I'm thinking. Put a two in the chat if that's your opinion. That's my opinion. My opinion is that shit right there didn't sound right. That's suspicious to me. Sounds to me like, because DeeDee wasn't about, and DeeDee must have been hip to something, because she wasn't about to send her husband to pick up no fucking Can by himself. So she must, she didn't trust him enough to go pick Can up on his own, right? So you tell me what the fuck's going on there. Hold on, you guys. Yeah. 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 Anyway, as I was saying, um cute on mama. That is hilarious. Anyhow, um, as I was saying, I found that very suspicious. I found it suspicious that um they wanted to get her out of the hospital by Candus calling. Candus did call and telling DeeDee that Fred needed to get there and pick her up. And they just barely dropped her off, right? And DeeDee was sick. And, and a couple times, DeeDee had went into the hospital a couple of times after Candus was around her. And the last time she didn't make it. But I do know that time particular, Candus was wanting Fred to come pick her up. And she wasn't going to let Fred go on his own. So, that tells me she didn't trust Fred and she didn't trust Candus. Right? Put a one in the chat if you agree. That right there told she did not trust him. And, if you're not trusting these two people, why the hell would you have Candus around? I don't think DeeDee was wanting Candus around her anymore. Before that happened to her, right? Yeah, something is so not right. Something is so not right in all of this. And there wasn't no autopsy done. And I told you guys there wasn't. And I knew that that's why they kept it shut up, was because they didn't want an autopsy out there on this particular topic. I just, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I think Candus had all to do with DeeDee's death. That's my opinion. I really do. Just like I think that she had all to do with what happened to Summer. I believe she had all to do with what happened to her daughter. And I believe she had all to do what happened to this lady as well. To be perfectly honest with you, in my opinion, Candus Wells is evil as hell. She is evil as you can get. And Dom Wells is just as evil as Candus. These are some spawns from hell. That's the truth. They're spawns from hell running around. And no one is safe. No one is safe that allows them to, that opens their fucking door to them. And that's the truth. You open your doors to them, you're basically, you're asking for whatever you get. If you're, stupid enough to open your door up to them people. Just saying. That's my opinion. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. You're cute as a button. Yes, you are. You're just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you're getting fussy and hungry. All right, you guys. I'm going to cut it short tonight because I got to take care of the baby. I got to take care of my baby. I got to change his diaper. Got to get it another bottle, and I'm super tired. I'm super tired, you all. But I missed you. I wanted to come out. I wanted to talk about this particular topic, and I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue what I didn't get to do tonight. God willing, if God's willing, we'll be back tomorrow night, right? We'll be back tomorrow night to finish this topic here, and another topic that has been brought to my attention as well, with Jody Sue. There's been another topic that I'm concerned with a little bit as well in Summer's case. So we'll continue all of this tomorrow night, as I said, God willing. But until then, please, as I always ask, please keep those prayers going up for little Summer Moon Utah Wells. Keep them going up. From our lips to God's ears, I know He's listening. Please, through His Son Jesus Christ, pray for this little girl. Pray that the truth comes out, not just for Summer, but also for DeeDee, for Allison, for Leslie. Please let the truth come out for all of them. And for Michael Vaughn, Sebastian Rogers, Jack and Lily, and Emmanuel. I'm gonna let you guys hear my baby in the background because he's getting hungry and he's getting fussy. And there, this don't sound like a baby. He's just staring around a little right now. You guys should hear him when he really gets it. There you guys go. There you go. Oh, that's not a baby. It sounds like a baby to me, to all you haters that want it to. You know why the haters are mad about my baby? It's because I ain't the old woman that they wanted me to be. Right, Day Day? I'm not the old lady that they wanted PG to be. Right, Ziggy? Oh, yeah. Right? That's my baby. That's a real baby. Right? They're upset because they can't call me old any longer. That's what they're upset about. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to take care of my beautiful baby that, they're so jelly that we had, right? They're so jelly that we had. And there you go. There you go. There's the baby in the background crying. I'm going to tell you something. I ain't ever came out here and stared anyone down the wrong path. I haven't ever come out here. This is the most truthful channel you'll find on YouTube. This channel always tells the truth, always tells the truth. And if I told people I'm having a baby, I'm having a baby, right? Unlike you, you know what your problem is, Day Day? You lie. That's your problem. You lie. That is your problem. And you think because you're a big liar, everybody's a big liar. Anyway, PG's going to head out of here. Please keep those prayers going up, you guys. As you can hear, I have a real baby, and they're just all upset. God bless you. God bless you. I got a real baby sneezing, too. There you go. I don't think no doll's going to be crying and sneezing, right? And going on like this. Yeah. Dream on, Day Day. You're just jealous. You're just upset. And you just can't say that PG's old anymore. And boy, I bet that's a real ass kicker for you. You're a real ass kisser too when it comes to Can, right? But anyway, yeah. PG's tired, you guys. I'm tired. And as I said, there I dropped the bottle again. I'll have to pick that up. But oh, Uncle picked it up for me. How sweet, right, you guys? He picked it up for me. I'm dropping it. He's picking it up. But anyway, yeah. God bless y'all. And you know what? I appreciate everyone that gave to the diaper fund tonight. You will go in the baby's book that, I'm making and keeping for him. And I appreciate everything, you guys. I appreciate everything. God bless y'all. Good night. Much love.